I'm at PDAC 2025, and I'm at the OTC Markets booth with Volt Carbon Technologies, Bill Pfaffenberger. Bill, lovely to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
You're a former CEO at the company. You're
Right.
now taking an advisory role.
Right.
This is a really interesting company because you're more of a resources company with a technology angle, or a technology company.
Right.
How would you describe this to the crowd at PDAC?
Well, the fact is that we've been looking at graphite and processing graphite for over 8 years. And we've come up with a process for recovering graphite dry, not using water.
Okay.
The crucial thing in that is that in terms of all of the roadblocks that you have in terms of getting permitting, water is a big issue.
Yeah.
All right, so we can do this dry. And the other thing is the economics of it are pretty impressive. So,
Yeah, so tell us more about that and how the processing technology does compare to what's out there at the moment.
okay, so if you look at the standard way that all graphite is recovered now, it's through water flotation, which actually demands a very large capital investment in terms of plant, probably $200 million, all right? And when they actually go into production, their production costs, if you look at them across the board, are about $550 a ton. In comparison, okay, we can basically produce graphite for $120 to $150 a ton. We've applied for carbon credits, so carbon credits compare our process to the standard process. We're in the process of getting those established in Europe. For those carbon credits, we'll get somewhere between $175 and $270 a ton.
Okay.
So basically, we're operating at a profit from square one, which for a mining project is pretty
Almost unheard of. Let's be honest.
Almost, I think it's pretty close to be unheard of.
Yeah.
Now, we have an agreement in terms of the source of a deposit that's in Quebec. All right, it's owned by Green Battery Minerals, and Green Battery Minerals has a 43101 on a part of their deposit. They have more than this. They just haven't developed the 43101s for the larger amounts, where the deposit that they've identified would produce 500,000 tons of finished graphite.
Okay.
We have entered into this agreement on a 50-50 basis. In other words, we will supply the air classifier. Okay, they will supply some of the mining. We'll take away those costs, and we figure that the profitability will be about $1,200 US each. So that's, again, pretty amazing figure for a mining operation.
And is this technology, processing technology, applicable on all types of graphite projects? Okay.
No, we've tested. We found a lot of deposits in Quebec, and we know of deposits in Ontario where it does apply. Because you're after very high quality flake graphite.
Yeah.
So what happens is if you actually look at a deposit which is too low grade, say 2%, probably wouldn't apply in terms of our process. All right, they would use flotation. All right, but what we're looking at in Quebec are 15 to 70% grade, average grade in the ground, which is extremely high. So that's also an advantage. You have to grind less rock to get your product.
Certainly.
So we think we've got the whole package together now. Some of the things I'm telling you in this basically won't be divulged until our CEO talks about them tomorrow. But I think by the time this airs, they'll all be public. They'll be on our website.
Fantastic. Well, look, so what is on the agenda in terms of advancing and commercializing this over the next?
So the stage that we're at now is we've done the testing at a very small scale basis in Scarborough, Ontario, and our next one is to build the units that will actually go on site. That's probably about a $15 million jump, with our share price being at 3 cents Canadian, not really feasible by doing it through equity. So what we're looking for is a partner. to come in for that jump.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll enter on some kind of an economic basis for them.
Yeah.
And give us the ability to put it on site and start producing. We've looked at offtake agreements. We have one that's almost ready to be announced. So that offtake agreement is for the $2,400 US a ton.
Okay. Well, look, we will be watching for news and looking out for news from the company. That's Volt Carbon Technologies. Bill, it's lovely to meet with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Delight. Thank you.
For Proactive, I'm Angela Hermantis.